Welcome to Maintenance Monday here on GCNTech. In this video, I'm going to explain how to give your chain a deep clean without the need to remove it off your bike. This is going to mean that your chain and the rest of your drivetrain components are going to last a little bit longer before they need replacing. This process needs to be done outside because we're going to be using running water in the form of our hose pipe, and it's going to apply to people using traditional oil-based lubricants rather than wax-based products. Now, the method which I'm going to show you is what I have found to be the easiest and most effective way to clean your chain without removing it from your bike in all of my 20 years worth of experience. There are lots of ways of going about it, but this one I feel is the simplest. The things that you are going to need to do this are some running water in the form of a hose pipe, a bucket, a clean cloth, your degreaser. Now, there are loads of different ones to choose from. These are the options that I've got here with me today. You're also going to need a couple of brushes to agitate the degreaser into your chain and all of the other components. First thing you need to do is carefully lean your bike up against the wall or fence that you're prepared to get wet, or if you have a work stand to hand, well, put your bike in the work stand. Then you want to shift into the large chainring at the front and the middle of the cassette at the back. Obviously on this bike, as one bike doesn't have a large chainring, but by doing this, it gives you a nice straight chain line and means when you back pedal to work the degreaser into everything, you're unlikely to have the chain ship off of the cassette and run into some confusion with all the gears. Now, I don't know if you can see, but the chain on this bike is already relatively clean, and would you believe it, we genuinely don't have many bikes flying around here at GCN which have got absolutely filthy dirty chains. So you're going to have to bear with me on this and just accept the fact that this is the process that you would go through should your chain be particularly grubby. We're at the stage now where we're ready to apply the degreaser onto the chain. It really is just a simple case of backpedaling the bike and spraying it onto the chain as you move it all the way around. It's best to spray the degreaser directly onto the chain on this lower run rather than spraying it onto all of the different components and getting it directly into the areas where any of the bearings are. Easiest way to get a degreaser onto the cassette, into the pulley wheels, is just to spray it onto a stiff brush which you've got, and that way you can then work it directly into all of the different areas that you need to get to. If it's particularly grubby, spray a bit more degreaser on and work it all the way around whilst backpedaling. But don't be lazy and do make sure you get into all those little gaps which are awkward to get to. Next, we have to wait, usually just a few minutes, to let the degreaser do its thing. Now, depending on what degreaser you've used, you can just look on the back of the bottle and it'll have some guidance as to how long to leave it, but it's normally a few minutes. At this point, we can carry on agitating the degreaser if we like and using our brush to get into all of the little gaps. And the easiest thing to do, as I just said, is just keep backpedaling whilst holding the brush on the chain in the areas that you want to clean. Oh yeah, don't forget to scrub right behind the chain ring and this little gap in the mech here. That's where a brush like this comes in really handy. Now the degreaser's had a few minutes to work its magic and get rid of a lot of that grime, we can take our hose pipe and start to wash out all of the degreaser and get it off all of the components of our bike. We don't use high pressure. This is barely any different to what you get out of a watering can. So what we're going to do is have it over the cassette, back pedal at the same time, and clear and flush out everything with clean water so we can assess what the chain's like, and then if we need to repeat the process again. If you're someone that maintains your bike regularly, chances are you'll find that that one single process and cleaning application is going to be enough to have left you with a clean and shiny chain, something similar to what I've got here. But if, however, you're like the majority of people and put off maintenance jobs on your bike, then chances are you're going to have to just repeat this process once or twice more to really get all of that grime out from the inside areas of the chain, because that's the real crucial part. Whilst your chain sometimes can look clean on the outside, it's the bit on the inside that you want to make sure is super clean. Easiest way of telling if you've got the chain in the clean enough sort of region is to be able to wipe your fingers over the section of it and come away without any sort of dirt and grime left on your fingers. If you do need to repeat the process, it's really simple. Just spray a degreaser on, give it a few minutes, scrub and agitate it before washing it all thoroughly off with clean flowing water. Now, if you're going to wash the rest of your bike, that is the time that you would go ahead and do it. And As a general rule of thumb, you'll always do the drivetrain first and the rest of the components afterwards. Oh, I haven't actually used the bucket yet, which some people be like, what's he need the bucket for? Well, if your chain is particularly grimy and grubby, it's quite helpful to fill your bucket up with water, and you can add a bit of degreaser into that and then just keep dunking your brushes into there rather than keep rubbing all the dirt around on your chain. Yeah, so at this stage, all we're gonna actually need to do is take a clean cloth and thoroughly dry all of the chain and the drivetrain components off. Because we've just removed all of the oils and lubricants on them, if we left it, it would rust up super, super quick. Easy process of how to dry your chain. It's very similar to what we've done to clean it. Hold the cloth on the bottom run of the chain, grip it firmly, and then back pedal to dry the chain off. This also serves as a really good purpose to see whether you've done a good job of cleaning the chain, because if your cloth is starting to show loads of real black marks on it, well, that means you really haven't got most of the dirt out. So you should have another go at degreasing it and cleaning it thoroughly. With a suitably clean and dry chain, next thing to do is take a chain lube of your choice, such as this, and apply 1 drop per roller for the entire way around the chain. You can then back pedal to work the chain lube in between all the links, the pins and the rollers. You need to do this for 13.27 seconds. No, I'm just kidding. Back pedal a few times and it'll work it all in. If you feel like there's some excess lube on the external parts of the chain, that's really not going to help achieve anything better other than attracting dirt to your chain. So get a clean cloth and gently wipe off any of the excess on the external surfaces. And that is really it. Away you go. You're ready to go for more fun cycling miles, a quick tidy up of the area, and before you know it, you'll have this process dialed in and it'll be part of your usual bike cleaning process without the need to even think about it. Hope you've enjoyed this maintenance video and found it helpful to give you a quick and easy process to clean your chain. If there's any other maintenance videos you'd like to see, let us know in the comments section down below, and well, I'll try and make those videos for you. See you later.